Hey, welcome back to my channel, Cerius Slack with Cerius Blaq. I'm your host, Cerius Blaq, here to react. And today is Thursday, and that means it's Throwback Thursday, sponsored by my cat named Thursday. He is not in the room today, but you know who is in the room? Comic writer, David Walker. What's up, dog?
Me, yo, what's up? It's good to be here, man. We talk about doing this all the time, but we never do. So,
hey man, you the busy one, okay? I'm just sitting here in this.
Oh,
room.
don't try to dump it all on my feet, man. Don't.
No, I know. I've been bad too. But hey, look, we did it. We back.
Yeah.
You know, and you're joining me for Throwback Thursday because you have something to show me, which is great. If you clicked on the thumbnail, Slack Pack, you already know what we're watching. I've never seen it. He knows the song. Have you seen this video?
I've seen this video. I haven't seen it in a very long time. It was a song and a video that really kind of changed my life in a lot of ways, for real.
Okay, so I'm going to check it out. But before we get into that, do me a favor and at least tell my Slack Pack, because, you know, many people might know who you are, but at least tell them about your latest project. And if you have something to show them, maybe do that.
Yeah, well, my latest project is a book. It's not a graphic novel, which is what I'm mostly known for, graphic novels and comics. But my latest book is this right here. I don't know if you can see. It's got the reflections coming off of it.
Oh, the Black Film book.
Black Film, yeah. It's a Black Film, a history of Black representation and participation in the movies. And, man, it's kind of that title's a mouthful, but that's what it's about. It's about the history of Black folks in the movies. And it came out in March of this year. So it's been, I don't even know if it's been out a full month. No, we're in May, aren't we? So it's been out more than a month. Man, that's how bad I am. I don't even know what month it is. But I've written a bunch of comics over the years. I'm co-writer of a series called Bitter Root, and I've got a bunch of graphic novels, Big Jim and the White Boy, and some nonfiction stuff, Black Panther Party. And I've worked for Marvel and DC, and I'm the prettiest man in comics.
Oh boy, we doing this again? Okay. For those that don't know, that's a callback to when I interviewed David a while back, and when we interviewed another person, him being labeled the prettiest man in comics came up, and now it's just stuck around. So I'm not gonna fight him on it. That's up to y'all. Slack Pack, the books that he just mentioned, I own most of all of those, and I will say that as a comic book collector, they're some of my favorites, and I'm not just saying that because he's on the show. I like him, but I don't like him enough to lie to him in his face.
That makes me feel so good.
Yeah, no problem. So,
appreciate it.
Is there anything I should expect before we get into this video? Like what's the mood I'm going to be in?
I think this is going to put a smile on your face, or it might make you laugh a little bit. But this is, I mean, you want me to tell you more about it, or
no? I just wanted to get a little. Okay.
I want to say this is from 1984. It might be, it's somewhere between 83 and 85. I don't know I can't remember the exact year.
I'll look it up later.
Okay, there you go. It's early 80s. It's definitely early 80s. So
okay.
So it's more than a throwback. It's a way back throwback.
At this point, I guess it is. So here we are, Psych Pack. We're going to get into Xavion, Eat Your Heart Out. And let's go in 3, 2, 1. Turn this up. Oh my. Can you hear it okay?
Oh yeah.
Keyboard.
Look at that hair.
Oh my god. Look at that belt. Yo, was that a Jerry curl?
Yes. Look at that one.
That mustache is everything.
Look at them pants.
The whole style.
Yep.
They sound good though.
Yep. They've got like a Full Force meets Ready for the World vibe.
That's what I was just thinking, like. Okay. I used to have those wristbands.
I had that whole outfit and the hair. had the
Oh my
little
God, he looked
dye
like
in
such
there.
a character. It's great.
Yeah.
He's sick of fooling around.
We need more hairstyles like this.
I dreamed to be this sassy.
And look at his boots.
I was noticing that with the heels and the balance
Yep.
he has.
Yep.
Now, I like that shirt, but I wouldn't wear the spotted print.
Okay.
Okay. You know, the hanging earrings are coming back, too.
Yeah, I had some of those. I probably still do. Somewhere.
I swear to God, I thought that was old boy from Breaking for a second.
They also have, the hair has the time, Morris Day in the Time by Barry Minneapolis, you know.
Well, I was thinking that like a lot of people around them were probably heavily influenced by Prince too and Morris Day.
Yeah.
Houdini.
Yeah. Ready for the World again. Yeah.
Hold on now. Go ahead, boy. Oh, hell no. All right. Now you know this is what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the kick. This is a groovy jam, man.
Yeah.
Okay. You picked a good one. I guess I can trust him. Let me pause this. I'll watch that later.
Yeah.
Shaka Khan got a new song. I'm going to be watching that later.
Okay.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, man.
Yeah.
You did a good job. Because, that's a jam.
That is, man. That was that was that song. The song, the whole album. I actually bought the whole album. I had it on vinyl. I don't have a turntable no more.
Oh, man. You got to get
but
the turntable back.
You know, this was back in the day when you would watch, you know, you'd have, if you were lucky, you had cable, you had MTV, and then there's BET. And MTV originally never showed this video. This was on BET all the time. And this was like, you know, but this wasn't like the other stuff on BET. This was very different. And it was like, you know, it's got more of the rock and roll, hard rock vibe, which Prince was doing for sure. Mm-hmm. And when I saw these cats, I was like, yo, this is not a lie. I bought a guitar after this. I wanted to be in a band. Yeah. And then yeah. But that hair, man.
You had that hair?
I tried to have that hair. It was not that dope. My hair was, but I did have the Jerry curl that was very influenced by, more than anybody, it was influenced by Jesse Johnson of the time. But you know, like, and Prince and Des Deckerson, all those Minneapolis cats. I didn't like I liked Ready for the World, but theirs were too wet and drippy, right? Mm-hmm. I liked, you know, I liked it to have some bounce to it. And I actually was known to wear a shower cap in public every now and then.
Okay. I don't know what to say to that. Not my style, but I didn't notice this before when we were watching that there was 3 keyboards there.
Yeah. Yeah, those are some serious keyboards, and that guitar player, you know, I don't know what happened to these guys. They put out one album and then they just kind of disappeared, you know, which is, you know, a very common thing with music. But it's interesting, you know, there's like those songs or those bands you discover, especially when you're younger, and they don't go away for you, you know, and this was one of them. But it was just like to see some brothers like this, you know, and they weren't doing it's like normally when you saw brothers in the 80s playing instruments, if it wasn't if it wasn't, you know, anyone out of Minneapolis, Ready for the World was really very traditional R&B, or it was like Kool and the Gang and guys like that. And I loved all
Right.
that stuff, but I was looking for like some rock. I really want, this was, I was listening to groups like AC/DC and Judas Priest and all them, but it was tough for me to really relate to that, and like
Yeah.
to them as performers. So I was looking for something, and Xavion provided it. So
Wow. Are there any other songs of theirs that you would recommend?
I don't remember most of their other songs. I think they're all up on MTV, but this was the big hit, and
Okay.
there's one I should look for it, because I remember there was a title. The title was "Living in a Self-Built Hell," and
Damn.
and I feel like that's probably the story of my life now, right?
Oh my
So
god. Okay. How unfortunate.
I
Guess,
I don't know, but I think these guys were out of Memphis, so I should call. I got some friends who live in Memphis. They probably know the Skinny, right? They probably know
yeah.
what happened. Be like, oh yeah, man, all these dudes went to jail for armed robbery or something like that afterwards.
Oh man, there was an escrow accident. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yo, okay, so hey, Slack Pack, I need to know what y'all think about this. We went back to the '80s and we saw Xavion and Eat Your Heart Out. So Xavion is the main singer, right? Like,
No,
is
that's
that
the
or
name
is
of
the
the
name of the
group.
group? The
That's the
group
name
is
of the group.
Xavion. Okay,
Yeah,
got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay,
Now the singer, he's the only one whose name I remember, because his name was dope. Even then, his name was Dexter Haygood.
okay, that's pretty sick. Yeah, I can
That's
do that.
that's a dope
I
name,
mean,
right?
yeah, it's a
and
pretty
and
nice
he's
name.
and here's the thing about him, right? Because he's kind of buff, so he's
Yeah,
got that Full Force vibe, right? Remember Full Force? Full Force
absolutely.
get busy one time, and they were all buffed and they all had Jerry curls. But there's just something that's like slightly effeminate about him, being that like. And so
He's a diva.
yeah, exactly. I didn't want to
He's
say
a,
it. I didn't want to say it.
no, he's a diva
Um,
for sure.
but it's like, again, this is all stuff that, especially, if you go back to then, for me, I'm in high school seeing this stuff, and really, like, anything that broke out of the norm, right? So
Mm,
I was a huge Prince fan. I was a huge fan at the time, because those guys were like, um, there was something. They all seemed dangerous, right? Because they didn't seem, um,
that makes sense.
like the Jacksons seemed safe, right? They did, right? The Victory Tour shit and all that stuff. They seemed safe.
I've never heard that, but I can't say I don't agree. Yeah, they seem in comparison to like, yeah, this because they were dressing wild. That was considered wild for the time, and kind of punkish and dangerous. And
But they themselves, like, if you look at like Rick James, the way Rick James performed, he was
mm,
way more outrageous, right?
oh,
And
absolutely.
there's something about, like, you know the Jacksons, and then Michael Jackson, even up during the Thriller days. That was pop music. It went a little bit further than most pop music did. But then when you listen to Prince in 1999, Prince and the Revolution, 1999, that's like, I've never really heard anything like this before.
Exactly.
So, and again, to be that age and to be discovering that stuff, but also like not knowing, like, or like, it, all those like homophobic fears that we all had in the 80s were like I like, this is a true story. I don't say this that often, but I remember being a freshman in high school, and these girls talking about Prince, and how he was gay, and if you listened to his music, it would turn you gay. Like, that was how stupid people were back in the 80s, right? And I remember thinking, like, like, I want to listen to this music, but what if it makes me gay?
Oh
And
my god.
but um Little Red Corvette was, the video for Little Red Corvette was getting a lot of airplay. I can't remember if it was on MTV, or it was probably MTV, although it might have been BET. So every morning before school, like, it was on the same time, and I would like watch Little Red Corvette, and I would do my little dance, and I'd be like, that's how I got pumped to go to school, because I hated being in school so much. And like Prince and Rick James, And then these guys came along, and it was like any remotely freakish black dudes were like, they were my gods, you know?
Okay. No, and I don't think you're alone in that. Obviously,
No,
like I don't think you're alone in that. But yeah,
I think that most of the people who openly admit to that sort of stuff are a bit younger than I am, right? So,
yeah,
you know, I'm old. I'm old.
yeah.
That's
He's
all right.
77, y'all.
Yeah.
He's not.
There's some people that are like, really? He looks
They
good
would
for
believe it.
77. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so we should get out of here. We've been chatting and
Okay.
stuff, but I've also have your website pulled up. Slack Pack, you can find David's info. I will put his link to this website in the description of this video. Go check out some of his work. There's an example of some of the stuff he's done in the past, and like he said, his new book, Black Film, is available now. I'll put a link to where you could pick that up and just some other stuff. So. And be sure to tune back in later on because he'll be doing some more videos with me later on because, hey, he's gonna be in the Slack Pack, y'all, whether he likes it or not. So, all right, so we'll get out of here. And before I go, I will say my usual: be safe, stay dangerous. Peace, y'all.